So let's talk about a huge shift that's happening right now in data analytics. You know, the days of waiting around for insights, they're pretty much over. The demand right now is for real-time answers. And this has basically sparked a whole new breed of database, one that's built from the ground up for the speed and scale of today's world. Let's dig into what that really means.
Okay, so let's just start with a question that probably hits a little close to home for a lot of you. Why is there still this gap, this delay between data coming in and you actually being able to use it? This lag, this whole waiting game, is the exact problem we're going to unpack today. And the reason for that delay, it really comes down to an architectural bottleneck. See, the way we've been stitching systems together for years is just starting to buckle under the pressure of all this real-time data, massive volumes, and of course, the new demands from AI.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting when you break it down. Your traditional data warehouses, well, they were built for batch jobs, right? They weren't designed for second-by-second visibility. Then you've got NoSQL systems. Super flexible, yeah, but they often scatter your data all over the place, which makes getting the big picture really tough. And your regular transactional databases, forget about it. They just collapse under the weight of heavy-duty analytical queries. Each one of these creates a piece of the puzzle, and together they leave this massive architectural gap. So, the big question is, how do we fill that gap? Well, the answer is a whole new architectural layer, a new category of database that's been designed from day one to solve this exact problem. We're talking about the modern analytics database.
So let's get specific for a second. What is a modern analytics database? It's purpose-built to do three things really, really well. Ingest data at streaming scale, handle all sorts of different data formats in one spot, empower those AI apps that absolutely depend on immediate insight. The goal here is simple, really. Make your data queryable the instant it arrives.
Okay, so to really get what makes these databases tick, we have to look at their DNA. We're going to walk through the 6 essential pillars that define them. These are the core attributes that actually deliver on that promise of true, real-time insight.
First up, pillar number 1, the power to do real-time analytics at a massive scale. And listen, this isn't just about handling big data anymore. It's about handling fast data. That means ingesting it and querying it at the exact same time with zero compromise.
And here's what that actually looks like. It means you can suck in these high-velocity streams from, say, IoT sensors or user applications, and that data is ready to be queried in milliseconds. The bottom line? Your dashboards, your apps, they stay snappy and responsive, even when your data grows into the billions of records. Now, Pillar 2 builds right on top of that, support for High-Cardinality and Dimensionality. Look, in simple terms, this is all about the freedom to ask any question you want of your data, no matter how specific, without your system just grinding to a halt.
I mean, think about it. You can slice and dice your data by any dimension imaginable. Every single device, every individual customer, to hunt down that one tiny anomaly or to finally understand some weird niche behavior. And you can do it right now. No waiting, no compromises, just precise, granular insight on demand.
Pillar number 3 is a huge one, especially if you want to simplify your tech stack. It's all about unifying completely different kinds of queries. We're talking analytics, full-text search, and vector search for AI, all inside a single system.
The win here is just massive. You can run aggregations, do keyword searches, and power semantic search for your AI models all from one engine. And the best part? You get to ditch all those complex, expensive, and frankly brittle data pipelines that you normally need to shuttle data between all these different specialized systems.
All right, on to pillar 4. All this incredible power is totally useless if it's a nightmare to operate, right? A modern analytics database has to be simple to manage, and, just as important, it has to be built to be resilient.
This basically means the system takes care of itself. It automatically indexes your data, it rebalances itself as you scale up or down, it's got built-in replication so it can handle servers failing without you even noticing. It's designed to just work, giving you predictable performance without needing a team of engineers constantly fiddling with it.
Pillar number 5 is great because it brings us back to something we all know and love, SQL. But this isn't your grandfather's SQL. This is SQL that's been supercharged for all kinds of modern data. The beauty of this is just how practical it is. Your team doesn't have to go out and learn some new, exotic query language. Nope, they can use the SQL skills they already have to query everything. Time series data, JSON, geospatial info, even vector embeddings. Plus, it hooks right into the tools they already use every day, like Tableau or Grafana.
And that brings us to our final pillar, The system has to be designed for change. Because, let's be honest, business requirements are never, ever static. Things always change.
What we're talking about here is true architectural flexibility. It means you can add new data fields, new dimensions, on the fly, as your product evolves or as someone comes up with a new business question. You can adopt your analytics instantly, without going through that painful, months-long process of redesigning schemas and rebuilding your data pipelines from scratch.
So, okay, that's the theory. Those are the 6 pillars. But what does this stuff actually look like in the real world? Let's check out some real, tangible performance numbers from actual production environments.
First, let's just talk about sheer scale. We're seeing companies ingest 2 billion, that's billion with a B, new events every single day. That's the kind of fire hose of data we're talking about.
And what about speed? The velocity? How about a sustained rate of 800,000 metrics being ingested every single second? That's just data arriving at an incredible, relentless pace.
But look, getting data in is only half the battle, right? The query performance has to keep up. So how about this? Looking up data across 60 million rows in under a second. That is what real-time performance at scale actually feels like.
And you know, this quote from a senior director of engineering at Bitmoven really just nails it. It's not just about what's possible, it's about doing it efficiently. He found that other products out there either flat out couldn't handle the flood of data, or they were just ridiculously expensive. So we'll end with this one question for you to think about. As analytics get faster, more critical, and more deeply embedded in everything we do, you have to ask, is your current database an engine that's going to power you into the future? Or is it an anchor, just holding you in the past?